You need to watch this if you think the system is protecting domestic violence survivors. The reality is far more complex and heartbreaking than most people realize. It's failing them in ways you can't imagine. The very institutions designed to protect and support them often become sources of additional trauma and frustration. Domestic violence is a tragic reality for many. It's a silent epidemic that affects individuals across all demographics, leaving deep emotional and physical scars. Behind closed doors, lives are torn apart by fear and pain. The isolation and control exerted by abusers create an environment where victims feel trapped and helpless. BTSADV brings to light the severe systemic failures through one survivor's harrowing story. This story is a stark reminder of the urgent need for systemic change. Her ordeal began with an abuser who inflicted pain on multiple women. He stole from her, inflicted violence, and consistently evaded justice. His actions were not isolated incidents, but part of a pattern of abuse that the system failed to address. The system failed to provide adequate protection, leaving her vulnerable. Despite numerous attempts to seek help, she was met with indifference and bureaucracy. Despite her efforts to escape and seek help, the barriers she faced were overwhelming. The lack of immediate and effective intervention left her in a constant state of fear. The abuse persisted, affecting not only her, but also her child. The trauma experienced by children in these situations is profound and long-lasting, impacting their development and well-being. The sight of a broken door and shattered window became a haunting reminder of their reality. These physical manifestations of violence were constant reminders of the danger they lived in. She faced significant obstacles with a system that seemed indifferent. Neighbors supported the abuser, often out of fear or misinformation, further isolating her. Law enforcement failures only intensified her suffering. Reports were often dismissed, and restraining orders were not enforced, leaving her without the protection she desperately needed. She was left to fend for herself in a chaotic environment. The lack of support and understanding from those around her made her journey even more challenging. But her story is not just about despair. It's also about resilience and the fight for justice. Her determination to survive and seek change is a powerful testament to the human spirit. It's a call to action. Her story highlights the urgent need for systemic reform and the importance of community support in addressing domestic violence. It's time for urgent reform. We need policies that prioritize the safety and well-being of survivors, ensuring they receive the protection and support they need. Stronger protections, improved support systems, and a justice system that truly serves survivors are crucial. This includes better training for law enforcement, more resources for support services, and stricter enforcement of protective orders. BTSADV urges everyone to advocate for these changes and support those in need. By raising awareness and pushing for legislative changes, we can create a safer environment for survivors. Together, we can make a difference. We need your voice. We need your action. Stand with us, and let's bring hope to those who need it most. Every action counts, and together, we can create a future where survivors are truly protected and supported. Stand with us, and let's bring hope to those who need it most. Your support can change lives, offering a beacon of hope to those trapped in the darkness of domestic violence. Join us in this fight for justice and safety.